This is all about making your own kefir at home. I want to inspire you to make this wonderful beverage. You can use any milk that you already drink, excluding ultra pasteurized milk. That doesn't really work. But cow, goat, or sheep milk are all completely appropriate for this. So, whatever your preference is, you can make it with milk that you already drink at home. Let's get started. About me. My name is Liz Reitzig. I am a raw milk mama. I drink kefir regularly. I make it in my own home and I have for over 15 years now. And, I'm not an expert on kefir, so to speak, but I'm going to tell you today what works and what I've learned along this process so that you can do this same simple process at your home and have kefir as a result. I also write about our food systems and the history of some of the food politics that we encounter these days. If you're interested in any of that, I'll put some links in the notes below. So, what is kefir exactly? And I also want to just address the pronunciation because it really can be pronounced either kefir or kefir. And you'll hear it in different ways from different people, and it's all totally fine. It's the same thing, and people just say it a little bit differently. But don't let that intimidate you from talking about it. Kefir is a drink made from milk, and it is considered a probiotic drink because it has beneficial bacteria in it. What you see pictured here are the kefir grains, and this is a symbiotic colony of bacteria and yeasts. That might sound familiar to you if you also drink kombucha, but this symbiotic colony here, they ferment the milk and turn plain milk into kefir. They digest some of the proteins and the sugars in the milk, leaving behind their probiotics and the lactic acid. That is kefir in a nutshell. It is a fermented milk drink. The history of kefir is quite fascinating. I really recommend that you go back and read that report on it. I'll put the link below and understand how it came to be in our modern times. Essentially, what we think of as kefir originated in the Caucasus Mountains, and people or in the surrounding region knew that the people in these mountainous regions were extremely long-lived and healthy. And so doctors wanted to study what led to their longevity and their health. And a long saga of drama and kidnapping and ransom ensued. It's a fascinating story, but the end result was that kefir grains came to the rest of the world. So we have them today and we can use them in our own homes. What are some of the benefits of kefir? Well, first of all, it's extremely highly probiotic. That means that when you drink it, you're going to get some of those probiotics in your own gut. And we all know now that that gut microbiome helps build our immunity, helps strengthen our immune systems. Kefir is also great for smoothies. If you enjoy smoothies, it's a great way to add some probiotics to your smoothies. It's also chock full of vitamins and minerals. Everything that you're going to have in the milk is going to be in the kefir. High in calcium, high in the lactase enzyme, phosphatase, especially if you're using raw milk. And let's look at, in particular, one of the benefits of kefir is that when the bacteria in those grains digest the sugars and the proteins, you're getting something that's easier for your body to digest. So this is especially true for people who struggle with digesting lactose, right? Because kefir is going to be very high in the enzyme lactase. So in general, it helps maintain a great gut. Many people who drink kefir regularly also experience reduction in allergies, sometimes a complete reduction in allergies. And there's also lower instances of asthma for people who are having the kind of microbiome that kefir lends itself to. What do you need to get started? All right, what you need, quite simple. You need a source of good quality milk, preferably raw, but definitely not ultra pasteurized. You can use minimally pasteurized for this, but not ultra pasteurized. You need a source of grains. So you'll often find them passed around in a community where some people are making the kefir. You can look online, search for that, but usually it's person to person. You're not going to be able to find them for sale anywhere. You need a clean jar with a lid. You need a strainer, and then you need a warm place to let the milk ferment into kefir. That's it, just a few basic tools. And pretty much all of us have this in our kitchens already. One thing to keep in mind is that your kefir grains always need milk. That's their food. So keep them fed. Another thing to keep in mind is that the grains grow, especially when it's warm and you're making it every single day. So start to think, have in mind, what are you going to do with the grains when you have double the amount that you start with or triple? So have in mind other places that you can share them. And yes, you will mess up a few times, but keep going because you'll get the hang of it and you'll find the results that you like the best. The grains are also extremely resilient. So even if you go on vacation, you stick them in the fridge and forget about them, and then 2 months later you come back to them, that's okay. They should be fine. Just refresh them. So as soon as you get your grains from whatever source you're getting them from, make sure that you give them milk right away. Often when you get them, they'll come in just the tiniest bit of milk, so you want to be sure to give them more right away. Put them in a clean jar and put milk over them. And then to start making your kefir, all you do is leave that in a warm place for 12 to 24 hours. At the end of that, strain using that strainer, and you'll have the kefir grains in the top, and you might have to stir a little bit to get the kefir through the strainer while the grains stay on top. Then you put the grains back in a clean jar, pour milk over them, and drink the kefir that you have. That's it. It's really, really simple. Some things to think about as you're doing this is that you're going to have the variables of temperature, time, and how many grains you're using. So the longer you go, the longer you leave them, the stronger the kefir will be. It's also true that the more grains you have in ratio of grains to milk, the stronger your kefir is going to be. So keep playing with it and find the results that you like the best, and then see what you did with that and try to replicate it. End result? You are going to have delicious probiotic kefir you can use to drink or make smoothies, put on your oatmeal, or whatever else you use yogurt or milk for. So have fun, be adventurous, and let us know how you like it.